King of Castle Grayskull. On his way home from battle, He-Man, the greatest of the Masters of the Universe, halted Battle-Cat near the mysterious fortress, Castle Grayskull. The castle was built by unknown hands before the Great Wars, he said to Battle-Cat. It is said that whoever controls the castle controls the universe. Riding away from the castle, He-Man was unaware of a skull-faced figure watching from a parapet. Skeletor, Lord of Destruction and the most cunning, fiendish villain on the planet Eternia, wielded his energy blade. Mystical forces created in another dimension shot from the energy blade to form a magic lens.
Now,
said Skeletor to himself,
let us see what wonders have happened within Castle Grayskull.
An image of a beauty slowly appeared in the lens.
Ah, it's the warrior goddess,
smiled Skeletor. Teela listened as the spirit of Castle Grayskull spoke. Legend tells of a warrior who will find the split halves of the power sword. One half is hidden at Eternia's highest point. The other is beneath its hardest rock. With both halves, he can enter the castle and claim the throne and the secrets of the universe. You are to be the guardian here.
Thank you,
Teela replied.
This is an honor.
Skeletor then swore that he would become King of Grayskull by making the legend come true. But first, he needed the halves of the power sword.
Eternia's highest point is the mountaintop realm of my winged enemy Stratos,
he said. Finding the peak, Skeletor saw the sword half buried in a rock. Using the hottest blast of his energy blade, he freed the half weapon from its bed.
The second clue can only refer to the hard rock upon which He-Man built his home,
grinned Skeletor. With obedient Merman to aid him, Skeletor went to He-Man's home. Before He-Man could grab one of his superpower outfits, Merman attacked. Not even Battle-Cat could protect his master. As He-Man fell, Skeletor's energy blade revealed the other half of the coveted power sword. Skeletor left Merman to finish off the fallen foe. Then he set out on foot for Castle Grayskull. He paused only to disguise his scully face with grayish clay. When he reached the castle, he looked up at its gray-skulled facade, and he boldly thrust both halves of the power sword into the stone lock. A grating, creaking sound came from the castle. The drawbridge opened to swallow its new king. Teela trustingly waited, and the disguised Skeletor walked through the castle and rode up the upper level on the elevator. She saw that his face was much like the castle's own facade.
You must be the king,
exclaimed Teela.
But I did not expect you to arrive so soon.
Don't waste a king's time with chatter, woman,
he bellowed.
Just show me to my majestic throne.
With feelings of triumph and contempt, Skeletor seated himself on the throne. Though it was ancient, the throne moved, and Skeletor recognized its secret devices and controls. What power he would have!
How may I serve you, Majesty?
asked Teela.
This way!
He laughed, wiping off the disguising clay as he turned the throne 90 degrees to face a door, a trapdoor that opened beneath Teela. Alone on the upper level, Skeletor gazed at his new domain, marveling at the wonders of the civilization that had built the castle. He saw computers, monitor screens, weapons, and many wonderful controls.
These things are mine,
he shouted to the unseen spirit of the castle.
The secrets of the universe are now at my command. Soon Eternia and the other worlds will belong to me. I am now king!
As Skeletor studied the many marvels of the castle, Merman was still engaged in a losing battle. You should have hurried back to the sea when you had a chance, yelled He-Man, because I've had time to get into my force field garment. As Merman aimed for a closer blast at He-Man, an angry roar filled the air, and Battle-Cat made a successful attack, turning the tide of the battle. Battered and defeated, Merman limped away to heal his wounds. He-Man put on another outfit to increase his already great strength. Then, mounting Battle-Cat's saddle, he rode toward the distant castle to find Skeletor and the power sword.
You survived that duel-witted merman,
said Skeletor, as, on a monitor, he watched He-Man approach the castle.
But you will not survive, King Skeletor!
He-Man dismounted from Battle Cat and cautiously moved toward the castle. He knew that only the complete Power Sword could open the castle's drawbridge. Nevertheless, He-Man tugged at the closed drawbridge with all his superhuman strength.
It appears He-Man needs aid,
said Skeletor, opening the drawbridge by means of a panel control, and thus flipping the surprised hero into the castle.
Castle Grayskull now has its king.
Taunted Skeletor.
Are you not going to kneel to the king?
You'll not be so glib once I wipe that grin off your skull face, fiend, threatened He-Man.
We shall see, Oafish One.
Laughed Skeletor, his fingers moving to one of the throne's hidden controls to release a barrage of jolting energy. Darkness came swiftly to He-Man. When consciousness returned to He-Man, he was in a dank dungeon with another prisoner. Teela! He gasped. Skeletor's gone insane!
We must escape,
She exclaimed.
We must stop him before he masters all of the castle's secrets.
Be thankful that the fiend did not strip me of this garment of strength, replied He-Man as he tore the ancient door from its hinges. Having mastered more of the castle's detection devices, Skeletor was aware of his foe's escape.
The fools have evaded one trap, only to be prey to others more deadly,
He bragged as he activated the control near his throne. In response, empty suits of armor moved to the weapons rack, taking instruments of death from its cache. Then they marched toward He-Man and Teela. Wanting to watch the enemy's defeat, Skeletor took the Power Sword and stepped back from the throne. He-Man continued to battle the moving but lifeless army. When one armor fell off, another took its place. Enjoying He-Man's almost sure defeat, Skeletor forgot about the warrior goddess. Then suddenly he felt a hard blow from Teela's spear. Something fell from Skeletor's hand.
My Power Sword!
He screamed. As the Power Sword hit the floor, it split back into halves. Moments later, the remaining suits of armor crashed uselessly to the floor. There was no time for Skeletor to reach the Power Sword.
Now I must escape,
cried the would-be king. Bolting to the upper level of the castle, Skeletor reached a ladder that led to the parapets. His angered enemies were in close pursuit. Reaching the roof, Skeletor saw the castle's laser cannon. Leaping to the weapon, he aimed it at the pursuing warrior and warrior goddess. Down! He-Man shouted to Teela as deadly energy bolts blasted at them. He felt the heat of the beam and smelt the singeing of his hair. If that ray hits us, we'll be burnt to ashes! Skeletor fired again. There was no time for delay. In a blurred moment, He-Man lunged forward with a speed incredible for a man his size. With a powerful shove, he turned the laser cannon's direction of fire. Less than a moment later, He-Man was upon his worst enemy. The battle ends now, said He-Man, as their struggle brought them ever closer to the parapet's edge. Nothing could prevent their fall. He-Man's super strength garment absorbed the impact of the fall, but Skeletor would not accept defeat. He might have destroyed He-Man with the energy blade had he not heard a guttural scream.
He-Man's Battle Cat!
Cried Skeletor as the great feline lashed at him with a paw. Battle Cat did not have to make a second swipe, for the once king of Castle Grayskull was fleeing for his life. With Skeletor departed, the spirit of Castle Grayskull appeared again.
I must make sure that the halves of the Power Sword are never again used for evil,
said the chilling voice.
I shall send them into another dimension where even clever Skeletor will have great difficulty finding them.
He-Man and Teela watched the divided Power Sword shimmer with eerie energy and then fade away.
Centuries may pass before the true king comes to claim his throne and fulfill the prophecy of the legend,
said the spirit.
Go then, masters of the universe, and fight evil wherever you find it.
He-Man and Teela did as ordered. As they departed, the spirit of Castle Grayskull seemed to smile, knowing that at the proper time, He-Man would prove himself to be the true king of Castle Grayskull.